Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Power. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So today we're going to be diving into a masterclass in disaster. 10 proven steps to tank any project, how to fail like a pro. Now, full disclaimer, I didn't realize these 10 items that will come up were actually all 10 would be applicable to our current situation in the Drip ecosystem. I literally just prompted ChatGPT to give me top 10 things that guarantee a project's failure in the real world. And ironically, all 10 of these are things that we can learn from and apply to Drip. But we're going to go through the real world examples first so you can see exactly what not to do. So if you want to guarantee your next big project is a complete and utter failure, strap in, because here's your surefire guide. But hey, maybe after watching this, you'd rather avoid these pitfalls, and maybe it's something that we in the community can do if we band together for a future project. So let's count it down. Number 10, basically ignoring the competition. So in this example, BlackBerry was ignoring the rise of the iPhone and Android devices in the late 2000s. And some of you kiddos out there may not even realize that there was a device before the iPhone, but albeit BlackBerry was number one in the corporate world, and now it has fell to the wayside and just kind of maybe something you see in museums. So ignoring the competition is number 10, and the trends that go along with it. We'll see this kind of narrative play out a couple times throughout this. Number 9, not adapting to changes. So Blockbuster not seeing the potential of online streaming and passing on acquiring Netflix. As we know now, Blockbuster is another dinosaur in the museum, and streaming service is synonymous with Netflix and a bunch of others as well. Number 8, hiring the wrong team. So Yahoo's string of CEOs in the 2010 era failed to turn the company around and led to a ton of epic losses in their bottom line. So the key for that is a project is only as good as its team. Hire for fit, not just for credentials. Number 7, skipping market research. So the launch of the new Coke in the 1980s was met with epic disaster and failure. Always know what your customers want, not just what you think they want. So they had done market research and they thought they knew better, and they rolled this out and quickly found out that it was not what the customers wanted. Number 6, poor communication. So in the Fire Festival, that's an event where it was promoted with a lot of top artists, mainly Ja Rule and McFarlane, and basically just completely flopped. So it was poorly planned and ended up with a $100 million lawsuit, and basically poor accommodations, everything. It was just, they said it was a big money grab, cash grab for the vendors and the artists. So communication internally and externally was the key here. Don't promise what you cannot deliver. Number 5, ignoring feedback. So in EA's release of Star Wars Battlefront 2, it was met with aggressive microtransactions, which the gaming community hated. And it's important that you know your audience and what they want, and that you actually listen to them if you're trying to sell them a product, or else they will not support it. Number 4, setting unrealistic expectations. The overhyped but underperforming launch of Google Glass was keen on setting unrealistic expectations, overhyping it, and it led to much bigger disappointments and disastrous PR. Number 3, lack of clear goals and a vision. So you may not even be familiar with QB, but they launched around the pandemic time frame, and they had an unclear position in the streaming market, and it led to its downfall. I think they like $1.25 billion, had some star-studded lineups, and was all about mobile-only viewing, and pretty much it's gone. So know your why. If you don't, nobody else will either. Number 2, ignoring financial management. Theranos, spending heavily on PR, but failing to develop an actual working product. So in this case, money matters. Don't chase investments, manage them. And number 1, we've seen this one many, many times, but ironically, it comes out as number 1, lack of integrity and transparency. Volkswagen's emission scandals, where they deceived environmental standards. Trust is hard to gain and easy to lose. Always operate with integrity. So, as I mentioned, I had no idea that these top 10 things would indeed be things that we could learn from in our beloved drip community. So if we just go back here and take a look, this one we know for sure. Our developer is keen on being first, but that doesn't mean you will stay there. And we've seen other projects come out, Lily Fork, and do surprisingly well. Now, of course, they may not have stood the test of time, but technically everything in the blockchain is all brand new, shiny objects. Nobody knows how it's going to last. So you got to be looking at your competition and be willing to adapt to the changes, because this space is literally developing by the day. New tech isn't even developed yet. And you need to be listening to new people, giving new ideas, and be willing to pivot and adjust. And of course, hiring the wrong team, man, oh man. We can definitely assume the wrong team has been hired, not only from the actual leading of our platform, but also in the ones that have been hired by those individuals because they've been fired. So we'd have to assume they are the wrong team. There's been tons of people fired from the marketing side, the project management side, and from the development side. I don't even know what the team looks like anymore. So clearly we have been hiring the wrong team. Skipping market research. This goes back to the other one. Definitely listen to your customers, because at the end of the day, DeFi exists solely because of what us, the investors, say. And where we are willing to put our eyeballs and our capital is what will ultimately succeed. So the market research and consumer interest is all that matters. Doesn't matter if you want to develop the new Coke or not. If people think it tastes like ass, they're not going to buy it. It's just that simple. Poor communication. Holy hell, that one screams echoes to what we could be using in our ecosystem. No need to even dig into that one, but the communication is horrendous at best. Ignoring feedback goes back to the customers again. DeFi and crypto is community. No one, as Legacy 7 said on a Twitter space with Kryptonite, no one is above the community, not even the devs. Setting unrealistic expectations. Man, I fell for this one wholeheartedly for the last 19 months. Constantly listening to AMAs and drinking the hopium, and then nothing ever coming of it, things getting shelved and you not knowing about it till months later. So realistic expectations would definitely be a nice welcome adjustment in our community. Lack of clear goals and visions. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell is going on, and I'm sure a lot of you watching do not either. So we've seen roadmaps, but we have not seen these roadmaps executed on in regards to what is quote unquote coming up next, or quote unquote 100% finished. So I have no idea what the goals and visions of our development team actually are. And I'm sure none of you could tell me either. You would say, well, check the white paper or check the drip wiki, but that's been updated and redone and, you know, not even current. So what are the goals and visions? No idea. Ignoring financial management. Maybe we're okay with that one. Definitely no exploits in that. I'd love to know again where the $2 million went for the drip BUSD LPs. It was quote unquote given to BB, but it hasn't moved. And then of course the marketing or the dogs that all came from drip liquidity, those stopped getting buybacks and injections. Pigpen stopped getting injections. Some of the money was moved into Bybit for quote unquote obfuscating funds. So yeah, there's definitely room for improvement with financial management and transparency in the don't trust, verify blockchain, but you know, it is what it is. And lastly, of course, lack of integrity and transparency. Yes, transparency is there again, and definitely integrity, especially from the mouthpieces within the drip ecosystem. So ironically, as I said, these were just 10 pitfalls from legitimate companies, but you can see that we within the drip community are following that roadmap to a T. So if we want to continue checking off all these boxes, then we know where this path leads. But what's awesome about this is also that it shows that if you are willing to do the exact opposite of these 10 things, then you can more than likely have a successful project. All right, that's all I got. Hope that provides some value, some clarity, a little humor, and some insight. And if it did, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally,
I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.